Hello everyone, it's BigK again for another producing tutorial. Today I'm going to just skim over things you might need to start creating a song. The biggest question I always had when I was starting off and looking at YouTube tutorials myself was, what did I need to start a song? The answer you always get is, it's up to you, which is true, and that's kind of the sucky thing about it. If you're not feeling any inspiration, then you can't just have, a guideline to really create a song by. But I'm going to try to just show you the creation of my my first track, Intro. It's Intro remixed because I had an original mix of it that was all mine that I didn't like, as with all my other songs that I eventually edited more. Anyway, some of the basics you're going to want to have. I have two of my main, actually I have four of my main synths. These two though are my main synths. They're panned in different areas, and then you have this synth, just has an effect on it. Anyway, I'll go over stuff you need. You'll want your main synths, definitely. You'll want your bass, definitely. That's for any electronic song. I mean, you can't have that without a bass and a main synth. Have another synth of the main synth. Your drums. For me, I would put each of your drum sounds into different locations, so you can edit them all differently. Because, for example, for your kick, you always want that dead center, or at least I'd say 98% of the time. So here, just have that, then so yeah, you have your all your drum tracks. I would make them all in separate little categories, so you can do different things with each drum sound. For example, you wouldn't really want, or you might not want, reverb on both your clap and your kick. So if you don't want that, you can just, make two different tracks, put your clap here, and put reverb on it. Makes everything a little bit easier, and you can automate them all differently. It just gives you full control of your whole song. So you'll see I have a few different drum sounds. Let's just play only the drums. You'll see you'll see how it's a full drum sound when it's all together. But so yeah, put all your drums on different tracks, or at least I do. You don't have to, but I do. I think it makes things a little bit easier. Your pad. You always want a pad, a synth pad. This just gives your song a little bit more texture. Oh, hold on, sorry. Darn it. And apparently you still can't hear it for whatever reason. Oh, you can. It's just really quiet. Okay. But yeah, that's what a pad does. Just adds a little bit. It makes your song sound a little more full. Here we have another lead that I put in. Put it in really quiet though, and it does something different than the main synth lead that I have. Alright, and then down here I have my final pad, just to add a little bit more depth to the song. But I don't have both pads playing at the same time. That's just my personal preference for this song. That doesn't mean anything though. But your pads, for me, I have my pads pretty dead center. I think I do have this. No, I don't. I don't have that one or that one dead center. But it's nice to have them pretty close to the center. Yet again, there's always exceptions. You know, maybe you want something coming very hard out of one ear and something, you know, dead center. So there's always your personal preferences there. But that, for the most part, I think pads belong very close to the center of the mix. Then, so basically, what you'll have when you're creating your songs, some people start off with their drums. I didn't for this song. I don't really have a method to my madness. I just play around with a lot of instruments, eventually find something I like, or maybe even have an idea for something I want, and then just find it within all the instruments. But drums are good to start off with because, you know, it gives you the beat, the rhythm to your song. Some people will go drums and then bass and then synth. Some people, you know, synth, drums, bass, synth, bass, drums. Really doesn't matter as long as you get the end result. It's also important to note, at least in my opinion, I would make a skeleton song first. Don't rush into making the final product, you know, in 1 week or something like that, unless you're just really professional and know exactly what you're doing and exactly what you want. But for the most part, if you're just playing around or a newbie, don't expect to have a final product, like I said, in a week or so. Make a skeleton of the song and then make, you know, a little bit of improvements, add a few effects, pan it a little bit, and eventually you'll come up with something you didn't even know, you know, you could do. And that's a really good feeling. For example, actually, on this part right here, this part was created after I had my skeleton song, and I was just playing around with stuff and really liked it, especially the kick on time with the automatic filter. That was put in kind of randomly, and I really like it for that. But yeah, that whole little breakdown-ish section right there was added completely after I had done the skeleton song, and if it wasn't there, the song would be a lot worse in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'll go over this week. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want to know. I'm still just trying to go over the basics here, but if you've got that down, tell me. I'll go a little bit more in depth. If there's something you actually want to know, just tell me and I'll try my hardest to tell you how to do it. So yeah, that's kind of methods to creating a song. Hope I helped.